Israel strikes back. A 12-storey apartment complex flattened by missiles fired from Israeli warplanes. Hours before, Hamas militants staged an unprecedented, coordinated attack. From the air, at sea and on land. Crossing into Israel, breaking through the Gaza border using whatever they could. Overwhelming Israeli forces, setting fire to tanks, pulling out the troops inside and riding off with them towards Gaza, prisoners of a new war. Hamas raiding parties, shooting citizens in the street. Videos posted online showing Hamas seizing whoever they could and taking them hostage.
The US has given Ukraine more than 1 million rounds of ammunition. The rounds were confiscated by the US from Iran in the Gulf last year. The US claiming ownership of the munition due to a so-called breach of UN embargo. The transfer of seized Iranian weapons has come at a time of growing concern among Western allies over the capacity to arm Ukraine, and amid fears of the ousting of the Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, which could jeopardize continued American aid.
South Korea has pledged $300 million to the United Nations Green Climate Fund. Around $9.3 billion had been raised to support developing countries, but that fell short of the $10 billion target. The Ministry of Economy and Finance announced on Friday that a meeting for the Green Climate Fund concluded with 11 countries pledging additional donations, including South Korea.
People make their way through a remote village in western Afghanistan looking for survivors. Many of these mud brick homes and walls collapsed instantly when the quake struck at around 11 a.m. local time. Herat's provincial hospital was quickly dealing with hundreds of patients. The city's residents gathered outside for safety, fearing more aftershocks. But most of the communities hardest hit are very remote. This is the highest village in Herat province, and it's been all but flattened. Locals are still in shock. They say more than 30 people here have been killed.
A grim scene in southern Mexico as rescue teams and forensic staff recover the bodies of migrants killed after their bus tipped over along a curve on the road. It happened along a highway in the central state of Puebla. State police say a total of 55 migrants were on board, most of them from Venezuela and others from Haiti. Among those killed, 2 women and 3 children. Dozens were injured and are being treated at nearby hospitals.
Now, a veld fire tore through the military camp in the Northern Cape on Friday, killing 6 troops and critically injuring 3 more. This is according to a statement by the South African National Defence Force. The fire, which is thought to have started at a neighbouring mine 15 kilometres away from the army base, has been largely contained, and an inquiry into the incident has been instituted.
A devastating fire at a firecracker store in Etibale in the outskirts of Bengularu has resulted in the tragic loss of 14 lives. The incident unfolded on Saturday evening, leading to the destruction of the store and adjoining properties. Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah expressed deep sorrow over the loss of lives and announced his visit to the accident site. He conveyed condolences to the families of the deceased workers.
Tonight, yet another airport scare is under scrutiny, with people injured and the aftermath apparently captured on camera.
I believe it's Wisconsin 6209 that got hit by the bus. So do you need immediate assistance, fire, or anything like that?
Late Friday, an Air Wisconsin flight was taxiing for departure from Chicago's O'Hare International Airport when the FAA says it was struck by a passenger bus. The Chicago Fire Department describing the collision as minor contact. American Airlines says the incident involved an employee bus and an American Eagle flight. American says 6 employees on the bus went to the hospital for further evaluation, adding there were no reports of injuries on board the plane.